So yeah, Ozzy, I wanted to start with like going back. Do you remember there being a performance that you did which solidified your love for acting?
Damn, that's a good question. A performance that solidified my love for acting. Honestly, it's got to be just school, man. When I was in secondary school, um, drama class was the only class that I was like getting basic like good results or good feedback in. And to me, it never felt like work. And it just felt like playing, just like hanging out with my friends, playing, like getting to do all these characters and stuff. And yeah, it was the teachers that were like, you may have a future in this, and I never really took it seriously. I always thought it was just like a DOS lesson,
Yeah, of
just
course.
like muck about kind of thing. But I always had fun, and it never felt like work. And I had older people telling me that I was good. Um, so I can't like pick a specific performance, but I think that was when I kind of knew that like I really enjoyed doing this.
So yeah, you can pick out a period in your life like the school period, I guess, isn't it? That when people were can see something in you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. That was Yeah, I mean, that was like I was young, man. I was like in my teens, and it was I still had that unwavering optimism, especially when I decided to like take it a little bit more seriously. I was just so optimistic and hopeful, and I had all these dreams and wishes and stuff. And I hadn't really like lived a lot of life yet, so there was not a lot to compare it to, and there wasn't a lot to like um break me down. Um in that sense. But yeah, I'd definitely say, yeah, my teens was when I fell in love with it, like my childhood for sure.
So can you say that people saw the gift in you before you maybe identified it in yourself? Or
I'd say teachers saw that I had like some potential for sure.
yeah.
I'm not saying like there was like loads and loads of people, but it was literally just like my drama teachers were like, yo,
Yeah.
take this seriously. Like
Mm.
you could go somewhere. There was also a woman, I completely forgot her name now, but I did go to like an after school drama club, which is kind of like a youth club, but very actor specific. And she was like a mentor for a short period of time, trying to help me to like take it seriously. And I was this was like before I was taking life seriously at all. And bless
Yeah.
her because
Yeah.
she saw something, and she got me into this drama school called WAC, the WAC Drama School, WAK.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yeah, I have. Yeah. Yeah.
And I met some people there, but again, I just wasn't serious. And looking back, I wish I was. No regrets because I am where I am. But um, looking back, that was a really, really, really great opportunity, and I'm really grateful for her. Um, but I wasn't in the right headspace then. Um, but I'd say that she was definitely somebody that saw something in me as well, for sure. My head wasn't locked in like it should have been, and
Yeah.
I wish it was, but
Yeah.
I'm everything happens for a reason, right?
No, of course. No, I
Yeah.
completely get you. I was moving mad when I was, well, the 7 year, 7 year, 8 year, nine.
Yeah,
Get
man.
in and out of school and just,
Yeah.
didn't
You
have
weren't
didn't
thinking
have a
about your
concept of life.
future.
Of course
Yeah,
not.
exactly. You had
Yeah, yeah,
no
yeah.
concept of life and like what it was.
Yeah,
So
of
I
course.
testament to the young actors that like really knew what they wanted and like
Mm,
locked in from early, because yeah,
yeah,
they did what they needed to do, man, but everybody's path is different, I feel.
of course. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Mm.
I'm sure you've got some invaluable experience in maybe not going down the most conventional route. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
so how was it growing up in London as a young actor? Like, I guess maybe you can talk about from when you started taking it a bit more seriously.
Um,
For
it was interesting because I went to university to study graphic design and animation.
okay,
I always wanted to do something in the arts. I knew that for sure. I didn't go to drama school, but I did go to Identity School of Acting, which was like a part-time drama school. They'd have accredited teachers come in and teach you the same techniques as you'd learn in accredited drama schools. Um, so I do that while I was at university and while I was doing like part-time work as well. I always made sure that I was paying for everything. I didn't want to ask my parents for anything because I'm
I hear
Nigerian,
you.
and
I hear
as supportive as my mom was,
you.
like I wasn't about to go ask her for like, oh, can I get this amount of money to do this while I'm doing
Yeah.
uni as well? Like,
I respect that. Yeah.
um, so that was a really interesting time. I was at Identity for, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I was at the school for, I want to say like maybe 3 years. They had an agency attached to the school. So I was on the agency pretty much as soon as I joined the school. And in that period of time, that was when I really like I learned more about the industry. I learned more about acting. I was just before that I was very much just like raw. I don't want to say raw talent because that sounds kind of wanky, but
Yeah. No,
it
I
was
hear
just
you.
stuff that I learned
Yeah.
in secondary school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that period of time was very I was informed a lot about the ins and outs of the industry, about what it is to be an actor,
Hmm.
about what it really takes regarding rejection and all that kind of stuff. So I think it was an interesting time, especially when I graduated from university and then I was still in identity and I was just thrust into like this real world of, okay, you're not in school anymore. What does this actually look like?
Yeah.
Are you ready to actually buckle down and put you all into this dream that you've now adopted? And it was a lot of fun, actually. Looking back, it was a lot of fun because I had no context of what was life changing or what was gonna take my career to the next step. I was just excited to be cast in stuff, to be acting and getting paid and making a living,
Of
and
course.
I think I moved out when I was 24, 25.
Yeah.
Moved out my mom's house and now I'm in this place where, okay, I no longer have a part-time job because I've earned enough acting where I can look after myself. I can pay my own rent, pay my own bills, feed myself, clothe myself. And for me, that was like the biggest win because it felt like, oh, I am really on this journey now. Like this is a feasible dream that I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So in my 20s, it was a lot of fun. I have no complaints. I got to work and provide for myself. In hindsight, the jobs weren't like career changing or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely my own worst critic, but they were, I don't want to say small parts, but they were more like jobbing actor parts, um, which I'm grateful for because they were all a learning curve for me.
Yeah. Hmm.
So it was a lot of fun, and I was in London. London's one of the best cities in the world as well.
Yeah. Trust me.
So
Yeah.
getting to live comfortably and be surrounded by creatives and move into Peckham, where there was like arguably the epicenter of like artistic people in London at the time. It was an amazing time. I really, really can't complain. Very grateful.
That's actually refreshing to hear, rather than hearing like I don't know if it would be more of a typical story, but like yeah, it's nice to hear that you actually kind of yeah was able to enjoy that period of your career. Back to what you were talking about in terms of not knowing about the industry before, it sounds like you learned about the business side of it
Mm.
quite quickly and obviously benefited from it and had a lot of joy from it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I think the main thing that I learned was that the rejection was just part of the nature of the industry. It's
Yeah,
something that I had to come to terms with and find a way to cope with. I think I was very, I was very naive when I first started because before I had an agent, I booked a role on this show called Dubplate Drama, and it was an open audition, and it was the first time I ever auditioned for anything. It was a very small role, but for me, I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be on TV in this show that like me and my friends do actually watch and we know about. And it was very interesting because the years that followed was just like very humbling. I I did a play at the Edinburgh Fringe the same year, and then I didn't work again for about a year and a half. And then I just started getting loads of like one episode roles in UK comedies, and all of it was like learning, but then also humbling. And then the in between time when I don't have a part time job and I'm now just auditioning and waiting for auditions. Um, it was really about, what am I gonna do with this time? What does my life look like? Am I gonna put all of my joy in whether or not I'm working? So there was a lot of growth that happened during that time as well, that really helped me to just lay that foundation of, my joy and my peace doesn't rely on whether or not I'm working, and not basing my happiness on making it, which is like an end game kind of scenario. And instead shifting my focus to peace. What do I do? What can I do to maintain that peace, so I can always show up the best version of myself for an audition or for a job, or just for the people in my life. Um, so that mindset shift really helped me to just kind of stay in it, because a lot of the people that I was training with when when I was at Identity, they don't act anymore. You know, this career isn't for the faint of heart. It's great when you're winning, but there is a lot more downtime than there is uptime. And if you're not mentally healthy and looking after yourself in that downtime,
Hmm.
then when you do get an audition or when you do get a job, there's this level of desperation and uncertainty in yourself that kind of reads on screen, you know. So those years were definitely very informing for me. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, for
They
sure.
sound like they sound like formative years. You spoke about growth. I think it's growth as a man, isn't it? Beyond growth as an actor or as a professional. It's probably like internal
Yeah,
growth
just
as a
growth.
man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Growth as a man, making sure that your
Yeah,
mental is top tier, you know?
yeah, yeah. Well, it's good that you recognize quickly what the game was like. The game. I mean, even the most established actors, as you say, there's still downtime. So yeah, it's good that you recognize that really.
For sure. I
So,
appreciate that, man. I wouldn't say it was quick though. It definitely wasn't a quick
yeah, I'm
lesson.
sure it wasn't. I don't doubt that either.
No,
Yeah, yeah,
it
man.
definitely wasn't a quick lesson, but I'm glad I got there in the end. Yeah, and it's not like a thing that just stops. You know, you're always
Mm.
there's always new challenges, new battles that you got to fight. You know, it's one thing that I definitely learned early on, but I'm glad that I held on to, is that no matter what stage that you reach, there's always going to be another level of um confidence building or insecurity, or just backing yourself. You know, there's always going to be something that you want to achieve, um, no matter what stage you're at. And I think making peace with that just kind of helps as well with the journey.
I hear you. I hear you. Um, so how has that shift been like from London to LA? Well,
London
how
to
did that even come about? Is it? I mean, you know better than me about the rite of passage for actors, but like, was that just like a natural progression in terms of um, yeah, moving there for opportunity? I know you're working on an American production now, well, had just been, but yeah, how's the shift been? I guess I'm asking loads of questions at once, but firstly, like, how's the shift been like from London to LA?
um, it's been good. It's been pretty. I mean, I'm lucky because, well, first of all, I've always wanted to. I've been coming to LA ever since I got an American manager. This was
Hmm.
over 10 years ago. Um, and I've always come. And I remember before COVID, there was this thing called pilot season. It doesn't really happen anymore, but it's when all the networks kind of like, they'll audition their pilots, and people, actors from all over the world will come to LA um, for the month of February. I think it was either February or March, and a bunch of actors would come over. They'd invade the city, and then the networks would do all their um, they do all their pilot auditions, and everybody would. It's like a lottery for actors. Like, if you book it, then yeah,
Wow,
you're on the next step or whatever.
sounds
And
mad.
I never got a call back during pilot season. And again, this was part of the humbling years. I never got a call back, never got nothing. And I never wanted to just move to LA and try and act, because I thought that it's A, too expensive, and B, I wanted to not prove myself, but I just wanted to get like a body of work, just keep learning while I was in London, because a lot of American projects were filming in the UK anyway. You know, I did a few American films and a couple TV shows right out of London before I'd even really lived in the States before. And then a couple years ago, I got cast in All American, and that was the job that kind of brought me over here. And I did 2 seasons of that. We just finished season 8 in December, and now it's being released. So the past 2 years, I've just been filming All American, and now is the time when I'm actually auditioning while I'm living here. And I think the reason I'm here now is just because All American set me up in a good way for me to take that risk and just to see what happens if I stay. Um, and I'm enjoying it. I mean, it's a lot easier to, how can I say this? It's a lot easier to handle rejection and waiting for auditions when the sun is shining every day. I'm really not complaining about that, you know.
Yeah.
When I'm in London, it's like, okay, the weather hates me, and I'm not getting any auditions, and the auditions I am getting, I
Yeah.
ain't even booking, and it's
All
raining
encompassing.
again. Like,
Yeah, yeah. No, I
do
hear
you know
you.
what I mean? It's the little things. It's the little things. If I didn't have All American like to set me up to be here, I wouldn't be here. I don't think, because it would be too much for my mental, and that is like one of the most important things to me. Spirit,
Of
body,
course.
and mind. And
Yeah.
if I wasn't in the right state of mind to be here and actually try and make this work, then I'd still be in London, I feel. And there's nothing wrong with being in London either. I just needed a change, and I've been in London for most of my life, and
Mm.
why not just give it a try and live somewhere else? Like, if I've been given the opportunity, just go for it. Do you know what
Of
I mean?
course. No, of course.
Um,
Do you,
yeah,
is there
but it's
anything in
it's good,
London
man.
that
LA's cool. I like it.
good? No, that's cool. Is there anything in particular that you do miss from London at all
My
from time to
peoples. I
time?
miss my peoples. For the
That's what
most part, it's
when I'm
like my
away, that's what
mom.
I miss obviously my people, but just like sometimes just Londoners or like that's it's mainly the people really for me anyway.
Yeah, I'd
Not
say
so
it's my
much, you know.
people, not
Yeah.
Londoners in general. Just because London's bad vibes, man. Like,
Oh,
if
you
you're
don't
not
miss
with
getting
your
barged
people,
on the
like,
commute and stuff.
nah, I'm good. I'm good. Like, also LA, you got to drive everywhere. I don't miss like getting on public transportation and somebody,
That's true.
like, I'm forced to like stand or sit next to someone who's coughing up their lungs and all this kind of stuff, and I'm like, I'm not OCD, but like, I'm a bit of a germaphobe when it comes to that kind of
Me
stuff.
too.
So I don't miss public transport at all. But I
Yeah.
do miss my peoples, man. My skaters, my
Yeah.
Muay Thai people, my
Mhm.
my just like my close actor friends that are still in this, like, have been in it since day one with me as well. My family, like, I miss all those people. But apart from that, nah, not really. I don't even party like I used to. So London was great when I was like in that scene and that nightlife scene, and going to bars and doing the clubs and all that kind of stuff. But I'm in that era where I just like enjoying my rent, you know. So just being at home and on the sofa, or going for a drive when the sun's setting. Or like, I don't know, man. It's just,
Yeah.
it's nice out here, you know. I
Yeah.
really can't complain.
You've matured, and LA probably suits that more for you, maybe. I mean, it's on any given day, it probably looks more beautiful at least, right?
Oh yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
That's
Yeah.
understandable. But yeah, um, Beautiful Devils 2017. That was
Oh
a,
damn. God damn. Wow, that's a
that
deep
was
cut, boy.
yeah, that was a crazy film. Obviously, it's an adaptation, but it was like the twists and turns.
Mm.
Was still crazy to watch.
I can't believe you've seen that. I didn't think anybody's seen that film. That's crazy.
I was just gonna add to it, like the ending makes a comment on the dark side of pursuing worldly ambitions. Everybody wants to
Mm.
be Kanye and will do anything to make it happen. I don't know if you remember that line. How do
I
you
do. Yeah,
so
that's
at
what.
the end? Yeah. How do you approach ambition healthily? I think it ties in with what we've been talking about a bit, but yeah.
Um, Approaching ambition healthily, I feel like I can only speak from experience. And when it comes to like creative endeavors, like when I'm creatively ambitious about certain projects, whether it's acting, photography, I started a comic book, um, I'm writing as well. I think when it comes to that kind of stuff, you got to make sure that you're I'm speaking about creating specifically. You got to make sure you're coming from a place where you need to do this thing, you know? Like you need to write that script. You need to paint that art piece. You need to do whatever it is that you do creatively, but make sure that you're doing it for you and you're not doing it for financial gain. You're not doing it for fans. You're not doing it from a place of unhealthy ego. Um, I feel like if you make something truly for yourself, if you want to tell a story, whatever your art form is, if you're doing it from an authentic place, then that is the best way to be ambitious, I feel, in this era of likes and follows and virality. It's very easy to want to make content instead of making art, if that makes any sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
You, yeah, so that's I feel like that's the best way to approach ambition. Like be as ambitious as you want, but just make sure you're making whatever you're making for the right reasons, I'd say. And
Of course.
don't rely on people's perception of your creation as being the reason for your joy. You know, if you make something with love and something true to yourself, then the right audience is going to find it. And if they don't, then at least you made something that you love, you know, and you can die happy knowing that. But if you're trying to please everyone, then you end up pleasing no one.
Of course, yeah. I was also going to ask, was the skateboarding in it, was that your suggestion, or was that the writers incorporating your skill
That
set?
was that was that was them incorporating my skill set for sure.
That's
Like
that's
they didn't
cool.
know I was a
Yeah,
skater, and then I
yeah,
think one of the grips had a skateboard, and I was just messing about in between.
yeah,
This was during rehearsals before they started filming.
yeah.
And then yeah, they made the choice to do a scene at Myland Skate Park, and oh my gosh. Oh man, I'm getting flashbacks to that film.
This is nearly 10 years ago.
They made me wear freaking skinny jeans, bro, at the skate park. I felt like an absolute idiot. It's like, what am I doing, man? Like, I wouldn't be wearing this. Like, what are you doing
You're
to me?
acting.
I was wearing,
You're acting Aussie.
oh man, I was wearing a tight vest, and like nowadays, I have agency over my characters, and I'm not just doing
Mm,
whatever everybody wants me to do. I'm like, if it
yeah,
makes sense, cool, I'll wear it. If it doesn't make sense, I'm
yeah,
not wearing that. Like, that's
yeah,
crazy. But to the young OC, if there was
yeah,
like parallel universal communication or whatever, I
yeah.
say don't wear them skinny jeans, man. That's never in trend. I don't care what fashion says. Like that
Yeah.
shit does not run with me, bro.
Sorry, wait. I'll cut this bit out. Am I saying your name wrong? Is it OC?
OC. In London, it's Aussie, but ever
Oh,
since
okay,
I came
cool,
to LA,
cool.
it's been OC.
I remember weeks ago. I said, Mikey, like, how do I pronounce his name? Let me not butcher it.
Nah,
Okay,
you're all
cool.
good, man. It's all
Okay,
good.
cool. Okay, carry on
Yeah,
saying OC. Okay. Yeah.
you're cool.
Aside from skating, I've heard you're like a top karaoke singer. My sources tell me that you
Who
know
said that? Is that what
every
Mikey
single word of
said?
Teenage Dirtbag. My
Yeah,
sources,
that's
and
my jam. Oh my gosh.
that was
Wow,
obviously
that's a deep
Mikey.
cut. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Teenage
that's a banger.
Dirtbag is and we've sung that a few times. There's this
What
place
you
called
two?
Camp well not well
Uh,
we've been he's seen me sing that a lot.
yeah,
Um
that's cool.
there was this
Mhm.
place that used to be open before COVID called Canavans in Peckham, and it was like this
Yeah,
dive
the
bar.
pool club.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
pools.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that
yeah.
closed.
I've been there. I went there for my 24th.
Oh,
Yeah,
for real?
I used to live in
Yeah,
Camberwell.
that
Yeah,
place
yeah,
was
for that
cool.
period.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
so yeah, you
yeah,
know it.
yeah.
So I used to tear up Teenage Dirtbag and Vanessa Carlton 1,000 miles. Every Sunday and Wednesday we'd go
Just
down there and
mashing it
we'd
up.
sing.
Yeah,
Oh man,
that's
it was
jokes.
so good. Red stripes in hand. Oh, it was great,
Yeah,
man. And I
life was
always got a
simpler, wasn't
standing
it?
ovation. Always got a
Really?
standing ovation because there was no
Wow.
seats, so no one could sit down, so they had to stand and clap. Like it was cool.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh wow,
also,
man, memories. That's
did I
crazy.
take you back? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man. Damn.
Yeah. You've done a lot of different genres in film. What speaks to you the most as an actor on a personal level, maybe?
Um, I really want to do more horror. I want to do horror, first of all. I feel like I did one film called The House That Jack Built, which was a Lars von Trier film, and I had a really small part. I was one of the victims of the killer. Um, and that was my only like horror thriller-esque kind of film. I hope I'm not forgetting nothing. No, I think that was it. But I love horror films. I love fiction in general. Anything that I would never be able to experience in my real life. I love that. I love the escapism. I love the creativity of the world building. Like if you can make me believe this stuff, then I'm in. And I think The Matrix, no, I don't think I know. The Matrix was the film that changed my perception and made me fall in love with cinema and storytelling in that medium just because of what was possible, what was like now possible. Because I feel like before The Matrix, any kind of like science fiction, I just didn't believe it. Like obviously coming from a creative background of animation, um, graphic design and stuff, like I could see the special effects. I could see it. And I wouldn't see it and be like, oh, that's amazing. I'd see it and be like, oh, I'm out of this. Oh, I'm out of this. But then the Matrix did something to the industry that just changed everything. Because from that point on, when you saw CGI for the most part, it was believable. You really were stepping into this different world. And I feel like the creators, the directors, the writers, the people that make it even more so and elevate that medium are just so impressive to me. Like you wouldn't think of Christopher Nolan as one of those people, but he really is because like films like Tenet
Oh
or
yeah. Oh
or
wow. Tenet
Inception,
is
like, that's sci-fi. That's highbrow science
very
fiction. Do
highbrow.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And those are things that would never happen in our real life, but he made you believe in those
He made you
stories,
believe it. You
and
can invest
and
in it mentally.
exactly, and those kind of worlds for me are incredible. I would love if I only ever did sci-fi, horror, or fantasy for the rest of my career, I would be very, very happy. I love fiction. I love it. I just feel like no shade to drama, no shade at all, because obviously I've done drama. I'm not gonna say no. Like if I book the job, if I like the story, I'll do it. But it's just something so exciting about playing in these worlds that you will never experience in your real life. Like the challenge of that, drawing from what to make you believe that aliens are real, or you're on a spaceship, or whatever. Like I love that stuff. Big fan.
That actually surprise. No, it doesn't. It doesn't fully surprise me, but not because it's you, but maybe I'm profiling actors in my mind. I'm thinking, surely he's gonna say like drama or something. Do you know what I mean? Just not like
Yeah,
you. I mean,
I've
there's
never
so
been
much.
someone. Go
Sorry,
on.
go on. No, go.
I was gonna say I've never been someone that kind of like agrees with everyone. Um, I'm okay with being the weird guy that just likes what he likes, and if people make fun of me for it, then cool. I don't care. I like it. Do you know what I mean? Like I was skateboarding before it was cool for black people to skateboard. Um, I've been a comic book fan
Yeah,
since it was nerdy. It still is,
yeah,
and I don't give a fuck. Like,
mm,
so me saying that I prefer sci-fi over drama, I'm like, I know most
yeah,
actors wouldn't say that, but I really don't care. I got really close friends that are like, why do you like the superhero stuff? Why do you like horror? You're
mm,
weird. I'm like, nah, man, it's fun. I know it's not
yeah,
real, but I enjoy what these people have created. Like, it's very
yeah, yeah,
impressive to me. Like, more so than like I've always been like, I don't want to go to the cinema and like feel bad when I leave. Like, why would I want to pay to do that? That's so strange to me. I want to go and enjoy myself, you know?
yeah. No, I
So
hear you.
that's always been me.
No, I respect that kind of that force. Well, yeah, I respect you being driven to be yourself. Like when you talk about skating before it was cool to be skating as a black boy before it was cool and stuff. I mean, but it like people we're so fickle. We're such fickle beings, really, because like now it is cool. To be honest, I don't know if anyone really raises an eyebrow if you see someone black who skates. Like when I was a kid, Pharrell was my idol, wasn't it? And I never skated because I was too to start. To be honest, but Pharrell was my idol. So
Yeah.
like I was into everything in skate culture except actually getting into skate culture. But The
Actually
reason why I bring
skating,
him up
yeah.
is, yeah, the reason why he was, yeah, such an icon to me, I think it was because as a young black boy, especially growing up, what, in the early noughties, I didn't really see that
Mm.
much representation outside of, I mean, like, this is from a London perspective as well. So like, I feel like America, like, I don't know, obviously it's a bigger place, but I feel like when you look into like the hip hop community, even like Lil Wayne, like he was kind of dabbling with the skater thing and stuff and dressed more
That's
grungery and
recent
stuff. Like,
though.
oh, was
I
it more
was
recent?
skating
Is it?
before Lil Wayne was skating.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I was skating way before Lil Wayne. When I started skating, there was like a
Yep.
handful. There was
Yep.
like a handful of like black
Mm.
skaters, and they were all American. I didn't know about any black. I'm sure there were black
Okay.
British skaters. I just didn't know
Yeah.
about them. It was like Antoine Dixon, Kareem
Mm.
Campbell,
Oh yeah, I
um,
know Green Cup. Yeah.
like those
Yeah.
guys, and then around the time there was also Avril Lavigne doing "He Was a Skater Boy."
Skater
Da-da-da-da.
boys. Yeah.
So I get that sung at me, and then people calling me a
Yeah.
bounty and shit. Like I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
all right, cool. I'm skating though.
Yeah.
Leave me alone, kind of thing. Like I'm good. And then Lupe Fiasco did Kick Push,
Kick push. Oh, big song. Yeah. Yeah.
and that was
Yeah.
like a big cosign for black skaters.
Hmm.
And then Lil Wayne started skate. No, and then Pharrell changed his name to Skateboard P,
Mm.
or had another name called Skateboard P, and that was like another cosign for black skaters. And then Lil Wayne started skating, and that was a huge cosign for black skaters. But then by the time Lil Wayne was skating, there was a bag of black skaters all over the world. Like
Yeah.
there was loads,
And
you know.
streetwear became like skatewear, basically, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
if you
yeah,
look at
for
like,
sure,
I
for
mean,
sure.
it depends. Like I guess maybe streetwear is not as prominent as like even like 5 years ago. Obviously it is. It takes up most of like people's attention in terms of fashion, but
Yeah, for
like
sure.
it is kind of skatery 90s grunge kind of things. The things which were kind of like, as you say, made fun of maybe back in, back in
Yeah,
the day.
yeah,
So
exactly. And
you
then it
so
was cool all of a sudden.
yeah. Well, I mean, not that you needed that lesson, but it's definitely a lesson in like you actually should actually be yourself because it's gonna come back around and be the cool thing.
Yeah,
But maybe that's why you
exactly. And
shouldn't
when
do
you're on
things.
your own
Yeah. Go on, sorry.
for other people, when you're on your own, like you gotta be happy with yourself. You can't just be
Yeah.
doing shit just
Real
because
talk.
everybody else is doing it. Like
Of course.
I say, always
Of
go
course.
against the grain, man. If that's what you want to do, just do it. As long as you're not
100%.
hurting nobody, then it's fine.